Hello and welcome to Day in Film, episode 20. I'm your host, Dominic Parry. Just to get it clear. And with me today are
Harry Gibbons,
Greg Toby,
and our special guest.
I'm number 10 reporter in Kazakhstan.
We have Borat with us today. Bro,
James McQueen is here for all your entertainment needs.
I'm surprised how good the can sounded.
Yeah,
That was perfect
That was
timing.
satisfying.
I was hoping that would be like pathetic.
I had
Like,
no idea you were going to go with me first. You're so consistent as well. I nearly said I'm Greg Toby. I really wish I was joking. I was fully ready to be like Greg Toby in the way he says it as well.
Our life swap.
Yeah, sixth best journalist in Kazakhstan, Greg Toby. Oh yeah, and if you hadn't guessed already, Le Film.
Oh yeah.
Borat. Borat Subsequent Moviefilm.
God, like you know.
Yeah, this is a strong start. It's punchy. It's hyped.
Yeah. We haven't seen it yet. We're just gonna watch it.
Are you gonna do one of these fake and now we're gonna watch it? We'll see you in 10, and they put the hand up to the camera and then pull back. It's like let's just finish watching Borat. Yeah.
You get like a fast forward of them just like.
What, you
sat
telling
there,
me that's fake?
like in some popcorn.
You're telling me that edit's fake? They were lying
They
to me
take
for
10 steps backwards down like the cinema corridor, and
How
then
many
just carry on.
minutes?
Wow, what a great film we just watched.
Oh.
But yes, Borat 2.
Right, we've just finished it.
Yeah.
Just finished it.
Boy, short film.
Short film.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I might have just watched the trailer.
Maybe.
But anyway, definitely a 5-star movie, Oscar worthy. You know,
For makeup and costume, or
oh fuck. Yeah,
I mean, there's not a
definitely.
lot of not a lot of competition for the Oscars this year. Not gonna lie.
Should be clean. I wonder, are they doing a cinematic release for it so it can qualify?
No,
But then most films that came out this year, like the only film that probably came out that's gonna get an Oscar, which is probably why he pushed for it so hard, is Tenet.
Yeah.
And then if you think about it, is that a film that should legit be in the race, because it's like shooting your competition.
Exactly.
No.
It really is.
Tenet for best picture. Here we go.
sadly,
Tenet versus
Borat.
Sonic.
Sonic.
Literally, there's going to be the kissing booth or something from Netflix is on.
Hey,
Can we please have
Hey,
Sonic as
don't
best
talk
picture?
shit.
I need to, man. There's going to be some other weird releases that release really early in the year that just like people are like, oh,
Birds
that was
of
good.
Prey.
Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
But then
The
they.
Gentleman. Does that right?
No,
No,
that
that
was
because
last year, I think.
because the Oscars happened.
Oh yeah.
Onward.
Onward,
Yeah.
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 Soul. They'll probably try for Soul.
Yeah.
Even though that's going to Disney Plus, they'll definitely try for Soul.
Definitely.
Oh, man.
This is Pete Docter.
Because
whoever his name
Mandalorian
is.
counted and got was it Golden Globe?
Emmys.
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 That's
So
TV.
clearly that counts as well because even though that's just a streamer. So,
Yeah, because TV's usually changes before.
Yeah.
Well, TV changed a lot longer because it's only recently films.
So Borat's the only competition for Tenet, is what we're saying.
Well, potentially, if it gets released or if they change criteria.
I feel like they're going to change the criteria just for this one. Like,
They have-
Yeah, but no, but if they change it, they can't just change it to a one.
That's
They
the
change
point.
it, that's it.
Yeah.
Because Netflix will because most films will try and push for Netflix.
They will
now.
love it.
Yeah.
They will absolutely love it if the what do you call it? Sort of
The criteria.
the blockades are opened, the dam's busted. They'll be like, right, brilliant. No, we have literally no
Floodgates.
cap.
Can't build back a wall.
No,
over
exactly.
it.
I think.
They'll
Well,
start getting IPs. They'll start getting
Yeah,
more
they
movie
would.
directors to flock towards them because they just get given more money. And
It's like Netflix
Full
now.
control.
They've got David Fincher. They've got Vince Gilligan. They got
Martin
they got,
Scorsese.
they got Martin Scorsese. They got Benioff and Weiss. Depending on how you feel about them, they've still got them. They've got the Duffer Brothers, and then Amazon's now got Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy, Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, and Netflix got Ricky Gervais.
Netflix got Charlie Kaufman at the moment, right? And for then they've got
Yeah, it's mad.
the brothers as well who did
Safdies.
Safdies. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
they
brilliant.
are getting like
Adam Sandler specifically.
Yeah, those
Movie
Sandler.
Halloween.
The Sandman.
I need to watch that.
It's good.
But
I'd
yes,
say it's
Oh, wow.
legitimate. Yeah.
Adam Sandler is Borat.
Yeah, in Borat 3.
no,
Borat
Borat's
3.
Borat.
Borat
It's
is
time it's
Yeah. There is
personal.
no actor.
There's no actor.
Sacha Baron Cohen's friend Borat
Oh.
in his self-titled film.
There is no actor, there is no film, there is no crew. Just Borat.
Just
How
Borat.
long is it until we get Ali G being interviewed by Borat?
Didn't that happen in?
It probably
It,
did.
One
it
of the
happened
Borat
on the Ali
films.
G show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Ali.
because that was originally a TV show.
I have rights, you has rights.
I remember seeing them in they're in like a hotel lobby or something. They walk into each other, and it's just like Ali G and Borat. Like,
Oh yeah, they did do
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I remember that, man.
it's a bit less weird than like him being in a Madonna video, though, isn't it? As Ali G. Have you ever seen that?
No?
Ali G
Sacha
drives
Baron
a car to like. Literally, he's in the front of the car as Ali G. Madonna's singing it. It's like a shit Madonna song. Like,
Oh my god.
it was like
What,
one of the,
a shit Madonna
That's a
song?
good point. Yeah. Like, it was when you were like, wow. Even then, she was too old. You know, it was like that sort of era of Madonna.
Madonna sings the theme to Ali G in the house.
Sing the theme tune.
Ride the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
Madonna sitting on like a really big chair.
That's it, yeah.
But
Oh.
yes,
Sing in the
6
castle.
minutes in.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Borat 2.
No, Dom.
No, alright.
No, I don't think I will.
Oh, fuck off.
Alright, Cat.
So yeah, it's. I mean, what do you? Okay, yeah, Dom. If you put it on the spot, tell me everything.
Well, it stars Borat as Borat,
That's Borat.
and then we have Lady Borat as Tutar.
No, what was her name?
Do that.
But also something Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, it's like, yeah, it's like Sarah Jessica Parker. Well, we'll get to
There's
that.
like a first name, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we'll get
Sandra.
to
It-
Jessica
yeah,
Parker.
Sandra, Jessica Parker.
it's a long name.
Anderson or whatever the fuck.
Sagdiev.
Sagdiev.
But yes, they go to America. She eats a monkey. Nearly
Well,
gets
You
Sorry.
skipped
arrested.
quite a bit. You
I was
already
gonna say.
skipped quite a bit. Where do we find Borat? Oh yeah, we find him in the Labour camp.
Alright, he's in.
Live happily ever after. Mad. Oh god.
Oh, in the gulag.
In the gulag. Yeah. 14 years later, they bring him out. Oh. What was the exact purpose of bringing him out again? Just so he could.
Oh,
Well,
so
we know
he-
why. We
he
know
could
why at the
spread
end.
coronavirus.
Yeah.
But you can't say the C word on here.
I can't say the C word on here.
You get
I've
to
said
money.
it. We haven't said it, but we've hinted at the lockdown.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I
You
mean,
can't say the C word.
the C word. No.
Where is everybody?
What?
The streets are empty.
The magic. What is the word we're going to use? There's got to be a new word. It'll make it 10 times more funny.
Oh,
Yeah, what's the safe word?
It's the safe word.
the sheep.
Safe word. Literally.
Using safe word.
Honestly, yeah, because safe word is.
Oh.
I don't know if that's demonetisable.
The naughty naughty.
Naughty,
flu.
yeah, the naughty. What's his name? Oh my god.
But so he gets taken out, and he's talking. He's obviously talking about going back to America for another documentary. Oh no, dictatorships because it's Trump and all that. Yeah, that's why he goes, and he goes, "Where?" You know, they ask him, "Where's Azamat?"
Oh,
Oh,
you're
no.
sitting on him.
That was so grim.
They skinned him. Maybe.
Sounds like some Cronenberg
Honestly.
sort of thing.
Fully.
Oh.
I mean, third world
You are
country.
sitting on chairs like what we do in the shadows. You are sitting on here and it turns around. Oh.
Oh man, right. Greg,
Yes.
great thou be.
Yes.
What do you think of Borat 2?
So that sounds very churchy.
Borat too.
Great thou be.
Hmm.
You know, great thou be.
Great that
You art be thou. Great. Great.
Oh.
I can just tell that
Greg,
whenever
Grog.
I try and put it on track, Harry's going to just like.
No, yeah, definitely. That's my job.
Yeah,
Cut in
that's
the-
the whole shtick.
It's like, yeah, Dom, you're like the, I don't know how to describe it. You're the plastic Tupperware of this podcast. You're like, you know what's there. You've taken it out of the cupboard and you know exactly what it is, and you're ready. You're ready to be the Tupperware. Greg is the food that goes into the Tupperware, and I'm that crack on the bottom that you don't quite trust, and you know this could go tits up.
I think you're going to say like you're the
James is
you're
the spice that makes it fucking nice. Do you know what I mean? Like this is.
I'm the
That's
spice
good
that makes it nice.
But the more, we're in a basement, and I've just said that. I'm definitely going to register.
We have sexy lights on right now.
High five.
But it's fun when there's like spice though. That crack could go even bigger. So enjoy them. Carry
Let's
on.
not talk about cracks. And
Not
Borat.
Yeah, don't say crack, Jess.
No, it's. Oh, I can't say on this podcast.
There's so many things in this show. We're going to be like. There's a funny scene with a cake. Watch
yeah.
yourself. Like
Yeah, we got to be careful when we get to that.
Shit,
Definitely.
yeah, you're actually right.
There's
we
so
can't
many
say
bits.
some of these things, can we?
You've just
I don't
realised.
particularly want to
Not
say
that
this on the
we, not that
podcast
we get
again.
one a taste anyway.
No.
Yeah, but you've
Yeah.
just realised.
Yeah.
No, no,
Yeah.
This
Oh
is,
wait, we can't say half the stuff Borat
this is
says.
the video that gets us too monetised,
Yeah.
just to be demonetised.
So like, see what's like the fastest growing video on YouTube, and they're like, oh,
Ooh.
Well,
how?
you said some racist things in there, like, well, we're quoting.
That's not. That's like my book review this week. It's Mein Kampf.
Yeah, Mein
Like you can't exactly, vibe with that.
I did an episode where I just quoted Hitler and didn't really make much money.
and we will continue to do that else in the film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he gets shoved off to America, and
Yep.
they all hate him.
On a cruise that
Do
takes
Yeah, they
2 weeks.
22 days.
22 days.
Oh.
So he arrives
Pretty
in
speedy.
Texas.
Like Galveston, there's so many easier ports
Oh,
to
and
get to.
they see him and they're all doing the meme Borat voice. You
Yeah.
know.
What does he say? They were all just like, whoa, we what?
Alright. It's like, no, that's not me.
My favourite was the spiteful guy that was like, $1 for an autograph. I was like, yeah, sure. Borat would definitely be like,
Yeah.
"Ah."
Everybody recognized my face.
Oh. Goes to get a disguise, sees a like cheap like Borat costume.
Stupid foreign interviewer or whatever, journalist. It looks like you. No, it does not.
No.
They even cut one of those scenes out from that scene.
Yeah,
And he
the
said- he said,
sex criminal.
Look,
Oh, yeah.
that's a match. Now I can be a fat American.
American.
I
What
feel
was
like
the sex criminal one? Was it
The Harry
Spider?
Potter.
Oh, Harry Potter. Spider-Man. I knew it was something really. Yeah, Spider-Man and sex criminal. I just saw that
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I'm gonna dox the fact you got a
Yeah.
Spider-Man dressing gown in the corner of the room.
you just see like you're like, right, what
the sex criminal?
sex criminal lineup? Just
Oh.
Spider-Man. Just
Like the usual suspects.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just Harry Potter on the end. Your Honour, it was him.
Oh, this week was sponsored by Marvel, of course.
like most other weeks by Marvel.
Mm.
I don't know if they'd sponsor us if we just called one of their characters a sex criminal.
Like we're in like the email process of trying to email sexcriminalcostumes.com
Sex.
to see if we can get.
Well, I mean, technically now, since the UK government has legalised no meetings up in houses now and tier 2 restrictions,
Yeah.
they have technically legalised dogging.
Yes.
When two
Think
people
about
love each other very much.
Yeah, for the audience that don't know what that is, it's where you walk your dog at night.
Well, two people love each other
Where
very
two
much.
people love each other.
They go to an Audi car park.
Honestly, there's so many different. One cough.
Oh no.
You can just see the audio level just cut out after like a blip. That's unbelievable. It's weird. I wonder why we jumped. It's like we're not in person though, so it's fine.
you hear a record scratch.
Literally, it was. Oh, I just had like
Oh, we're only what?
Only 13 minutes.
13 minutes in, and we haven't even started the
That's
film.
generally my It's hard to talk about as well because when it's like
James, have you watched the podcast?
yeah.
I know, it's just that like.
We don't talk. We don't just discuss the film. We actually review
Yeah.
it.
I know,
It's-
I know you review it, but it's just like.
It's hard, because with like episodes and stuff like that, it's so much easier to sort of sum
Oh,
up the
it is.
plot. When this is like, there's some stuff that we can't touch at all.
Okay, basically, it's a father and daughter story.
It's a father and daughter story, yeah.
It's basically
Wholesome.
two people who
Wholesome.
Wholesome.
like don't get on, don't see eye to eye on a lot of things,
Yeah.
and that's the drive. And this is compared to the first, it's way more story based.
Oh,
Absolutely.
definitely. It's like a narrative compared to like
It's not just things happening.
documentary.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call this a mockumentary.
Not at all.
I would call it more like say something like what has a mockumentary style but isn't a mockumentary, but that's sort of like.
I was thinking like the first one.
No, it's
No.
not like the first one. Like the first one's a mockumentary.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like
This one's like
this is so different. This is just like a
Alright, yeah.
narrative.
If the first one's The Office, this is more
That's a
Good
good point.
Place
Invention.
in terms of like the gear shift.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess so. Yeah.
Actually, no, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
That's more, because
It's
that's
weird,
that's
isn't it?
shot in a documentary style.
That's what I'm trying to say.
With
But
the
it's
camera
not.
movements and
It's
stuff, but
strange
not,
that it's taken a character that we know and literally like stuck a story to it, which
yeah.
like I feel
It
like
could have been bad.
It could turn a lot of people off.
Mm.
I feel like we're coming at it from quite an open bit, like because we quite like Borat. But
No,
if someone
even
isn't expecting
then,
a narrative though,
It definitely feels like the thing you do in a sequel. Bring the kid.
oh yeah,
It is like one of the most
Absolutely, yeah.
classic things.
Mm.
It's like oh, they have a younger self, and it's like.
What was his actual like son's name? Like there's the three of them.
Uh,
There's one that's like a little wolf boy
what?
with the hair all over
You
his
got
face.
Jeffrey Epstein.
formerly known as Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis. And Huey Lewis.
They called him Jeffrey Epstein.
He renamed himself to Jeffrey Epstein.
But
was it Bill? Is Bilak? Is his like?
but I thought because of how Kazakhstan is, that's a name that would be forbidden.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's the neighbour with the like headphones.
Yeah,
and
he's
and
taking.
what was
Michael the Mouse.
Michael. Michael the Mouse pajamas. I love all the. It's just all of the little like inaccuracies and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when it was you know when they kept changing the title of the film and it was like, you know, sexy
gift.
and then like the third one was just for like Mikhail Pence. It was like Mikhail. Mikhail
Oh.
Penis.
Oh, what got me was how he called Kanye West Kenneth West.
West. That was the best.
African American president. Last time was African American president Barack Obama. And also Canada has African American
That picture of Trudeau was, oh my god. He gets away with so many stuff though. I feel like you've really got to have a sense of humour. Like, no one should sue this film. You just seem to
Oh
be,
no,
you look
No,
more
no,
like an
because that's
idiot.
the thing
they're
though.
going to sue it, but Amazon's behind this film, so they have
Oh,
a big
massively.
risk.
That's big. Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos is looking at them like, I dare
Yeah.
you. I dare you to sue.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one was like it was very independent.
Yeah.
This one's like
Yeah,
we
it's
have
still
Amazon.
independent. I just think they just sold it off to Amazon.
Yeah, smart.
Like
Yeah, but it's
like
independent.
Kick-Ass is an indie film, but they just sold it off to Universal.
It's smart like now, especially with all
Yeah.
like the
Everything going on.
the safe word and all that. Like, so it's smart.
the safe
The-
word
the-
going on.
They shout to the safe word and Amazon were like, we can help. Bezos just puts his
The
love money
naughty,
over it.
naughty few, you know.
Bezos just shines his head and he just
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
sprinkles of
No,
gold
no,
and
he's got a
glitter
head
from
shiner.
there. Oh
He's
my
got
God.
personal head shiner, you know.
Oh, definitely. Just
Named
claps
Claude.
twice and
His
it's like
name is
Hans
Bruno.
comes in with his like he's got like one of those buffers for like car waxings and stuff like that.
That's it, yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
You're his head shoulder?
Hans, yes. It's so good. Like, I feel like you've really got to. I always find that we've really got to emphasise the noises when it's like a non-visual
I
medium
don't
like
know.
this.
I mean,
Mm.
usually you just do a demonstration
have to
and then
do
you
it.
have to explain what you've just
Yeah, because
done.
like if one of us does it and we're just sitting here like, have funny visual, and then you just look at
Yeah.
the recording of just little
Oh,
lines
right,
going
yeah.
up and down, you're like,
Right,
brilliant.
we just do a game. We actually just had a game of rock paper scissors then.
Yeah.
Uh,
And it went 3-2, and we did it on one instead of afterwards. Like, you can't explain
Yeah.
half of the stuff
So Kazakhstan
as a country.
Glorious
still
nation.
uses for fax machines.
Of course. It's the only way.
It doesn't exist anymore. They got there to get rid of it.
I like the calculators that everyone in
Oh yeah.
the West uses.
Mm.
Even to the point where he has to give a demonstration and
Oh.
how screen mirroring
The
works.
screen mirroring was so good. See, it's so much more difficult as a film to like think about compared to the first one. Whereas the first one, it was literally just like Borat was surprising all these different people, but
Mm.
then they managed to get him at the end as well, the person in the phone. So I'm not quite sure how they did stuff like that.
I assume everything in Kazakhstan was filmed after.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, those parts were like
So they had to
scripted.
contact him again,
I think
who
the-
worked in the shop, unless they're an actor.
Yeah.
which
That,
kind
no, no.
of-
That they hid their reaction like, oh, he's worked that out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
I think he worked
seems-
that out. I think he
Yeah.
worked that out
Mm.
because I think for all the absurd things that happens, I think the screen mirroring is pretty like
Yeah.
it's pretty much okay.
It was like a written joke
It's a
almost,
plot
wasn't it?
No,
It was-
absolutely.
yeah.
It's a plot device.
Integral.
They created it just for this film.
But this film, this film was clearly made because he realised, oh shit, I didn't harp on 2016,
Yeah.
Mm.
He was just hitting up America,
and then
the
he
TV
realised
scene of that
Oh yeah,
place. It's
because he
tough.
did Who Is America?
Yeah.
That
That was
was-
more. Yeah, but that was
action,
literally
wasn't
so
it?
focused on like the aftermath and the gun,
Yeah.
gun control rules,
No,
and like
absolutely.
reinstating patriotic
O.J.
America as the
Simpson.
norm.
And
Yeah.
Because why not?
Ah, I can't believe he like studied FBI interrogation techniques to interview O.J. Simpson just to ask him one question. That's true dedication.
yes,
Mm.
here's the thing. Daniel Day-Lewis, Jared Leto,
Yeah.
Christian Bale, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Honestly.
He's a whole nother level.
Well, you look at this, and then you see him in like when he's talking in real life, and he's just got like a sort of just outside of London accent, and he's quite monotone and he's sort of relaxed. And then you go and watch him in something like Sweeney Todd or Les Mis or something, and he's this like theatrical character. Exactly.
Oh, he's completely
Like trained.
yeah.
Like it's mental.
He should have been Freddie Mercury. We'll end it there.
Wow, he's
Yes.
very tall for a Freddie Mercury. He
is-
would have embodied it
The look is
incredibly though.
perfect.
Like they definitely need to get him on some sort of. Well, they are with the Chicago 7, I guess. I was going to say like playing a character that exists.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
Well, because he was attached to Bohemian Rhapsody for years.
Yeah.
He was,
And
yeah.
then it just died. So he was like, yeah. Fuck
And
this.
then do I think it was with Bohemian Rhapsody because he wanted to do the Bohemian Rhapsody. From what I haven't seen it, but from what everybody said, it's very watered down.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a
Massively.
music
Yeah.
a music like biopic.
It's more just, hey, look, Queen, cool. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Whereas-
remember this?
There's only one real through line about like was his name Dave or something?
Dave.
Dave.
My name Dave.
My name Dave.
One day.
Name Dave. But he was like the
Hello,
boyfriend of Freddie Mercury was sort of a bit of a. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but
You haven't seen it either. Oh
no,
my god.
No, but I do. I know that like.
Yeah. I think
It
he
is-
sounds like
it's
he's
very
got
much
a really like standard short name. He's like a Brian or a Dave or something like that. And yeah, they only touch on it a little bit. And like when you read, obviously, like behind the scenes of all that, it was a lot deeper and darker than.
Yeah,
it was
I
then.
think it was meant to be like Sacha Baron Cohen wanted to do like the story, like the real
Yeah.
story,
He wanted to do like the
Not-
sex,
yeah.
the drugs, the rock and roll,
not the biopic.
No.
not the
Yeah, Hollywoodized.
not the we're almost at Band-Aid, guys.
Yeah, I felt like when you look at
Guys, I got some news.
like Rocket Man as well. I haven't seen Rocket Man.
Me
But you
either.
can tell.
But Rocket Man's a musical, and
Yeah.
and they actually did some, they went above and beyond to like, okay, this isn't a biopic per se. It's not traditional. It's a musical.
But
So
it does tell the story.
But not. There's even more drugs and stuff, and I
Yeah.
mean they touch on it in that as well. But like Elton John got bad at like one point, so it's like they don't touch on. I mean, I don't know. It just depends on the audience as well, isn't it?
But I think because they had the gimmick of the musical.
Yeah,
Massively.
that's always going to be it with the biopic, isn't it? You can't really have unless it's made for TV. They don't people or they call it something like Freddy, and they do like a
Yeah.
proper
Like Des.
yeah.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna say
Like
that. I was gonna say
very
that.
similar story.
Well,
Similar.
well, that was a 15 or something.
you know, it's a
Both
similar.
played by David Tennant.
You know when there's like you need to think about so there's like obviously the big story, but then you put like the first name and it's not meaningful, like Borat.
Right.
Borat.
The human story.
Kylie.
Borat, a Star Wars story.
The Fast and Furious.
The Fast and Furious tie-in world story.
Borat Tokyo Drift.
Borat.
Yeah, can we just get Sacha Baron Cohen as the villain in the next Fast and Furious?
He'd be good though. That's like he's
He'd
that
be
good
good
at
at
playing
playing
hero
some
movies.
You joke.
Yeah, he just would be sick. Like
Oh, it's
King
no longer
Julian.
about family.
it's
Oh, he was King Julian, wasn't
He
he?
was- oh, he's so good.
On Amazon,
Maurice.
on his profile thing, it was like 20. There was like a film in 2016, I think it was. I can't remember what it was, but it was like that's the last film he's done. I was like, he's done more since 2016. Like that's
Was that the third Madagascar?
no, it was something after that. But I was like, that's
We did
a bit of a
He
gap.
did Who's
But
America.
that wasn't on there, so I was like, that's a bit strange. Yeah.
But it's acting in itself, and it's weird how TV shows can be credited differently if it's
Yeah.
non-fiction.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Borat
He's not
Stag-
acting. It's not acting. It's non-fiction, but he's acting in a non-fiction
Yeah.
sense,
Hmm.
which is
It's sort of a meta take, really.
Yeah.
If
I
you
mean,
think
they
about
could have
it.
just said Borat as
Musical.
Borat. Borat the musical,
Borat
Borat
the
3 the
a
musical.
character created. A character create. Oh, well, a character.
It's not
created
live.
by
We'll
Sacha
cut
Baron
it out.
Who's going to cut this out?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dom.
Who does the editing? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll never
Never
know.
met the guy.
I'll never know.
We just-
We'll never know.
We send it into the Aether and then one day it just like
Yeah,
arrives. back
I
on
just
our
post it on
doorstep.
Reddit and say, edit this for me. You
Edit
simps.
peasants. Simps.
Yeah.
Yo, Simps.
Yes, Daddy Dom.
Yes, Daddy Dom.
Created a fake.
R/ Dominator.
Doomatron.
It's just my.
R/ Historic Women's Day or whatever it is.
Because, yeah.
I just want to see what the autocorrect gave your name.
I
was for this
really do,
episode.
because I said it as clearly as possible.
You really were like, Historic Women's Day.
I wonder what Borat.
Oh my god, it's literally just gonna be like, now, yes, the next, yes, the. Like, it would not track what you said at all.
No, this is where it would be. My name won't come through, but James, everything
That would be
James
perfect,
said
wouldn't
will
it?
come through. Like, it was
They
like,
just
yeah,
really
this-
don't like your accent
They
at
really
all.
don't.
No.
Bastards.
The people
they
have
are.
spoken, so.
The people
James,
at
if you'd like to
YouTube-
host Today in Film,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
Welcome.
you can still do the editing because.
Yeah, it's your laptop.
Yeah. Yeah, and the recording, but if you'd like to leave the room, just because we want a sort of cohesive, organic atmosphere.
organic atmosphere.
You
Yeah.
press the button.
Like the demolition.
We don't just let anyone in.
Oh.
So Duda
Yes.
gets to America in a crate.
In the film
With
Coming to America
Johnny the
with
Monkey.
Eddie Murphy.
What, to America with two? The
Yeah.
sequel coming.
Yeah, that's on Amazon too.
Is that going to be? Is it
Oh,
coming straight on
will,
Amazon?
yeah.
Oh, that I'm worried about that as well.
80.
Um,
I haven't seen the original, so I
You are
can't
risking everything by kicking that glass off the table.
I'm not kicking it off the table.
But
So she's arrived in America. She's
she's ate a monkey.
eaten a monkey. A whole, not even just a little, like a chimp. A whole full chimp.
Yeah, and that just gives you shit because they're dangerous.
Yeah, she's.
They're really
I just went, when
dangerous.
she comes out the box, she's got blood around her mouth. I was like, oh shit. Like, oh no.
I love how he refers to the chimp as a genius.
Yeah, he was a genius.
What was the chimp's job?
Johnny the Monkey, he was the cultural, what was he, cultural ambassador of
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's
like
it.
an even more, like, it's like proper governmental,
Mm.
like, title. Like administrate, like cultural administrator or something like that.
Is it strange that monkeys, like,
Let's just go.
no, but monkeys have been related to like
Monkeys?
diseases and stuff, and they give him a monkey
Yeah.
to take as a gift.
Remember,
Mhm.
this was filmed before the safe word.
The safe one,
Yeah.
yeah. That bit was definitely before.
Was it though?
Yeah, because look,
Yeah,
look how many
because-
people he's interacting
Yeah,
with.
no.
How makeup changes.
The whole film.
I
was
feel like it was
actually-
filmed quite chronologically, I'd imagine.
Except for the Kazakhstan stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
Well,
Definitely.
they couldn't do it chronologically, like,
Yeah.
you know, because of the safe word thing.
Well, yeah. Like, I love how quiet you go
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
audio line.
Exactly.
Thank word.
It
He's
was,
literally mouthing the word and then
Yeah,
saying
it's-
safe words.
The dentist.
2020 and
It's a
So
risky business.
Tom Cruise.
yeah, Tom Cruise. Wow.
Half an hour in. Shall we talk about Borat then?
So you keep saying them, but then what do you mean talk about Borat?
So yeah, Borat 2,
Borat-
this time it's personal. Here we go.
Yeah,
Borat, but the problem is with the film, it's got a linear story, but you end up just speaking about it non-linear.
Yeah.
Precisely, we do that anyway.
So what happens next was a big event. Oh yeah, he goes and get a new cage for his daughter.
Yeah. That guy was way too chill,
can
and he
all
definitely
relate.
finessed them out of a lot more money.
Yeah,
When they were talking about the gas,
Massively.
he was like, get the big one.
yeah, just
Yeah,
like
right.
he
How
said something
many
like,
Jews will-
oh, how many there's just like something along with Mexicans or something,
Yeah, with
and he
the
goes, yeah, and it's just like,
Don, they managed to extract like so much from just the population of America. It's a joke.
Mm.
I don't think I could get away with it here. Like something like that.
No, I think.
No,
I
because
think
we all
he is.
know
As a
we-
people, I just don't think we'd.
We wouldn't take that shit.
No,
he
we wouldn't
Mm.
outwardly say
He'd
it.
end up
He'd
getting
get
punched.
lynched.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he would. He'd get
definitely.
beaten
no,
up.
you wouldn't get lynched because you're like, oh look, it's Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
No, they do that, and then they'd lynch him. But like,
His makeup would have to be
perfect.
like otherworldly
like
different.
different
yeah.
person.
It'd have to be like the Iranian.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or it'd have to be.
You could see like
That's
the seams around his like mouth with that. It always like the skin moves so unnaturally, and it was like my son was the first to go through the gun training at 3 years old, and the guy next to him was like, "Wow, that's really really." He goes, "God rest his soul." And I was like, "Oh my god."
And these people, I don't get. And his legs are like that wide.
Ugh. It's, a Chad if I've ever seen one.
Mm. Peak male performance.
Honestly. I want to watch Borat on Bear Grylls.
I was gonna say, like,
What
I
kind
thought you
of
were
dog
just
is
gonna
this?
say. I thought you were just gonna say I want to watch Borat. I was gonna say
Like we have.
I just
yeah.
want to
I
watch
just want to watch Borat.
Yeah.
Just like-
I feel like people just need Borat. Like,
Is it too much to ask in today's society?
yeah.
Okay, so he gets her a new cage, and then she.
relatable, yeah.
And there's something interesting with Tutor that they do over the film. That's part of the climax of the film. That she changes her look over the film,
Yeah.
Mm.
and it's funny because I didn't realise until the end
that they made her look like a Fox News reporter.
Yeah.
Massively.
I didn't realise until that scene, oh, that's what they did.
She becomes by the end point interview, you are like, oh, the amount of it's taking her to
clear.
America sort of is like such a big, I don't know, like allegory of like how it changes her like that as well. Like she was obviously she looked nothing like it, and as soon as they they dye hair blonde, they get her all with makeup, like the blue dress and everything like that. It's just so well done.
This is a
Commentary.
plastic bag, it goes over the dress.
I like.
I'm like.
Nice. So good.
Then he takes her for a day at the fairground. Whoever it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
First,
They probably forgot the leash.
They're holding hands.
Oh, well, go and get your cake.
Oh god.
And then he makes her right. And that's also another great thing, how there's
Ace
no
phrase.
hesitation with some people.
Yeah.
None of them hesitate. So
No, and it just goes to show you, like, anybody I would like to think, even if they say it was like a joke, even if, like, whatever.
Yeah.
To write that on a cake.
Yeah.
Even with the word death,
Mm.
should have been like, no.
No. Yeah. Exactly. You wouldn't do that.
There's such a juxtaposition there.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's the thing. If you went to a lot of the places they go to in the UK, they would just say get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
With that language. Yeah, they wouldn't be like,
we
oh,
just-
okay, right.
We
yeah,
don't.
We're just built different.
It's pretty.
It's so. It is. Yeah. It's one of those things that you can really tell. It's like not to like skip ahead at any point, but it's the same point. It's like when they go to the plastic surgeon
He just asks the age.
and he's talking about, the structure of a facial feature, and how the doctor just sort of is like, I'll get in on the talk as well. Like,
the Junos.
Oh
Yes.
my god, yeah, like, oh no. It's just like,
yeah. And he just like gets involved, and then he was like, and they asked about like, would you have sex with my daughter? And she's like,
Like,
"Would-"
if you
and
weren't here.
if you weren't here, I
Yeah.
gagged. That was like repulsive.
that was like, that I actually, like, you just paused and I was like,
no.
Bear in mind, he hasn't asked the age.
Yeah.
Has he? At all.
Exactly.
No. I mean, she definitely wasn't 15.
She's
24.
she's 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, I was gonna say
She's-
that.
but she could pass on.
She was
Yeah.
passable.
You
like,
can't act like you can't just assume that she's fine.
And it is actually good acting because she did act like a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a classic example, like, they say, 17-year-olds in, like, Netflix teenage shows like Riverdale, they're played by 17-year-olds like 27 with 27-year-olds with six-packs, and, like, they pump iron. With this, it's...
Someone's dead upstairs.
yeah, David just died.
That's
fell over.
definitely on the recording as well. Just the thud, and then the just the thud, and then the quiet afterwards. Yeah.
Oh, we're currently looking at the wavelength here.
When Miss Marple comes round and she's asking if like anyone know about the murder upstairs and
Just show
in
her-
the billiard room.
Show
like,
the Audacity file.
Yeah, we just know.
Summer murders.
Yeah, literally.
You won't want to live there, because everybody dies.
Midwestern murders.
Midwestern murders.
But,
You know your short
And then
your
what
short
does?
script
Yeah.
about the murder in the house. Is this rigged?
Wait, have you read it?
You brought 4 of us into a basement.
is this
Oh,
a
no.
concept piece?
This is like it's a live theatre sort of thing.
It's just the devil at Christmas, isn't it?
Well, so we're like, it's going to be a snuff film or something.
I was gonna say that's 3 bodies now. Those are-
That's the way just.
The man from outside is now inside.
Oh,
God.
fuck. I need to use that line.
You're in the
somewhere
script, aren't you?
else. Yeah.
Have you read this script?
He has not read this.
You have not read. See, I've read the script thinking everyone in this house knows the script. He's
I
read a
told
script
him
in
he
this
didn't.
house about a murder, and you come in, and since there's like a murder in the house, and the door's been left open, and they need to close the door. So they're like up here, like up in someone's room, or down here. So they've had to make their way through the house to close the door, and you've come in. Managed to avoid any murder of someone in the house. You've got
Yeah.
food from the kitchen or a drink from the kitchen, and managed to get inside the room. You're a star and you didn't even know it. You're a main
and then,
character.
and,
in
then,
this
he-
story.
and then he ends up getting stabbed.
Oh, I didn't read that part. Well, you were a
I
star.
was.
You hope you enjoyed it.
I mean, he
It's a
did.
Borat.
Yeah. What a script.
But no, so like, obviously when they get the cake, obviously with death to all those people.
It's
on
not.
yeah.
This isn't say death.
Yeah.
It's the
It's they will not. They,
Oh.
They will not replace us.
yeah blank.
even
They
worse.
will not replace us. Smiley face.
And then
A
she
lot of
then,
smiley faces,
then
yeah.
they go and eat cakes behind a dumpster, and he's putting his hand in the mouth or whatever.
A little cake with a little baby on
Yeah,
it.
and then that takes them to the abortion clinic.
Yeah, because
And
she
was
ate
it
the
even an
baby.
abortion clinic?
No, I
It
literally
was
think it was like a
a-
Christian
Um,
doctor's.
There's a woman's
pregnancy crisis
Yeah.
center, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, and he said, "Oh, it's sacred." It's like that's still alive, even though he's just done it, and it's just like all that,
so
like,
clever.
and it's just like, and he's obviously it was built up as a big innuendo of like
Yeah.
he shagged his daughter.
Yeah.
Well, that's the right way to do it, comedy.
Yeah, because it's obviously a dramatic irony and all that. But here's the thing: he's saying all this, and he is not hesitating to like the incest he is hearing, just but sacred.
It
God,
doesn't
what
matter
God
how
would-
it happened. We're here and now, and it's like, oh my, he said pastor something, right? His name was like,
it sounds like he's about to say it, and then he just goes into like,
yeah.
well, it doesn't matter how it happened. It's like, well, it kind of does.
It really, really does. Man.
Yeah.
He's fighting the cause for like obviously no abortion in this moment.
I'm
But there's
the
bigger problems than.
He,
Yeah.
He's talking about God's plan and all that.
Yeah.
He went from being the God's advocate to the devil's advocate.
Honestly.
in that sentence, in that little
What,
pause.
that's saved for a Jen. Are you writing a review or something?
Yeah,
where
here we go.
that's the whole paragraph. That is amazing. That's a good headline. It's so true, Boo. There's so many moments in the film where there's like a bit of the end of a scene where there'll be like some really specific line or like a way they do something specifically so that there's dramatic irony for the joke in the next scene. It's like when he asked the woman about gracing decorum about the moon and if she's on the moon cycle or whatever it was the moon blood. And I was like, why is he mentioning? I was like, wow, what a weird line. Like, and I mean it's something Borat would say.
Yeah.
Until so it's like those moments and you're like
Yeah.
and because you know that
You've
it
only
makes-
got to wait 30
Oh,
seconds for the
and that's
payoff.
what's this thing with her. She is like the whole submissive, white,
Oh, the
pleasures an
Yeah.
old man
the
guy.
sugar baby thing.
Oh, that's sugar
I
baby.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I forgot about it too.
That didn't follow on to it. That was just the concept.
It sort of
No,
does
it
at
can't-
the
it
end.
can't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because it's
yes.
older men.
And she looks a lot
Before
like
the
her.
interview.
That is, ugh.
They're doing a whole Fox News reporter though.
Could someone explain to me what that whole dancing event was?
I feel like it was a.
That was weird. It was like a ball.
yeah.
It was similar to
But
the
like,
dinner party.
That's
in
what
the
I was
first
about to
one.
say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually if you watch actually this film and that film, they actually
They mirrored
Similar
each other.
Structure's the
scenes.
same,
Yeah.
especially, yeah.
But
Because
this-
it works, I guess.
This is like
it
it was clearly like fathers and their daughters. And
Yeah.
I think fathers and their sons. So I think it's probably like trying to pair them off.
Yeah, but why? That's what my whole thing was. It was like,
I
what is
think
this?
it's
sort of-
maybe a
I think
family
it is.
event, marrying to richer
Yeah.
family. I think it's one of those
I couldn't
things.
believe that still happened. Like in 20.
It's a
In
miracle.
I don't think it's like
2006, it would make sense. Or sort of like.
This is
I don't
America.
think it's organised
no,
marriage,
no,
but it's definitely like
it's marrying within families of rich culture, which is how they managed to get in there
Strange.
to take part. Like how the fuck
I mean, something
did
like
they manage
that.
to sign
It
up
sounds
for that?
medieval.
It does, yeah. It's proper like
How they managed to get into a lot of things though.
yeah.
well, how did they get to the last thing?
Honestly,
Yeah,
oh,
but-
oh my
well, the
God.
fact that they got his
Rudy.
tutor on the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they made
that's
it
it.
legit. They
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
So she had to get hired by a company.
Well, I
Unless
think
it's
they
a fake
created. I
company.
think it's more a case of they made a fake company
Hmm.
and
He's so close to the office that it's mad that slipped past people. You know, like he's so close to literally Trump
Yeah.
that he had no protection going into something like worst case scenario. Sacha Baron Cohen,
Get shot.
no, he could have been someone so much worse. And when you think about the lack of checks and security
Oh
for
right,
what
him
happened,
getting into the place.
literally, they've literally just let someone who is like a big personal friend of Donald Trump. Anything could have happened in those rooms. Literally anything.
Exactly.
tutor bang.
Literally, that's what I mean. And there would have been nothing. The security would just down the hallway.
I love it with that scene though. He turns up with his uniform,
Oh my
and
God.
no one stops him
No one.
No.
because they're like, oh, changing rooms that way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hmm.
Everybody's out of the club today. I love the whole setup. It was just like they couldn't do it to Trump because he took a shit on his by the Trump Tower in the first. It's such an easy
Oh,
like
in front of his house.
a joke.
And he's already pranked Trump before.
A joke 14 years in the making, basically, to set up this whole film. Because it would have been I think it would have been so much more difficult to
Get Trump.
try and hit the president with something in this.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
too
well,
protected. But
it's
vice
weird.
president, we can get
Yeah.
close.
Very close and very. It was just Pence's face, looking at the whole situation where he's just sort of like, I don't even know how his face was. It was just like sadness and
it was
disappointment.
it was the fact that he
Marco
just,
Penis!
I have the woman for you.
he's clearly just lied to this entire audience.
Oh my god,
And
that
then-
was so deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's clearly lying. He's clearly bullshitting.
Because obviously for this it was at the start of the safe word.
What,
It's
15,
February.
15
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was
And
like-
then he was just like, and whatever happens. It was the most patriotic bullshit.
Yeah, we
Whatever
will get
happens,
through this.
we have a plan and we'll get through it.
Yeah, it's
we are
like-
ready.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
America strong.
are you? Are you really?
the film comes out and we're like, well, that was a
America World Cup. Like,
What else?
Oh, we have the power of the Eagles on our side.
literally.
You know.
That's what happened.
What is this, Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, they should have taken the Eagles, man.
Fucking land on the White House and just take all the presidents and like, oh my god, the Melania story that kept coming up. That was
Oh,
so
that-
clever. To be in the golden cage like Melania.
Oh, happy as a wife.
Oh, that's so bad. Is she like Slovakian or Slovenian or whatever they were saying? Because as
Yeah,
soon as
she
I knew, I was
was
like, oh my god, this is.
It works.
That's the biggest jab at the president, like their family.
Well, I mean, the whole tutor saying being like foreign girl,
Yeah.
rich guy.
Mm.
It's the same thing. Oh.
It's a sad look at reality, isn't it?
It is.
But
a
it's
window.
sad because it's real.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just,
And
and
then
it doesn't go and look at like the real bad stuff.
No.
It looks at stuff that's in like the public eye every day.
It's really bad because if it looked at the real bad stuff, it wouldn't be funny.
No, it wouldn't.
And that's the only thing that is like,
Mm.
you can't really spin.
It'd
That's-
be who's that guy? Louis Theroux.
Yeah, Louis Theroux. It's like Who is America was on like the fine line. Like there was bits in that where you're like,
Oh, there were.
It was
There were
scary.
some-
I know. I've only seen one. I've only seen that. I will watch because I want to. But it's like that Republican who voted for that thing. I don't know if I already mentioned on the podcast, but that thing. And he made. We said it before. He made him do this thing, and then he makes him do this whole training regiment of counter-terrorism, which is complete
he
bullshit.
gets him to take his trousers down. doesn't
Yeah,
he?
and makes
Yeah.
him run into him
What?
when he has his trousers down.
And he's on behind him, isn't he? And he was working as like one of the big Republican like candidates for a certain state. I think he was like I can't even remember. Yeah, what his like role
One
was.
of them.
He was active. He was working, and that was like because he's gone there with Middle Eastern soldier giving him counter-terrorism, and it's just the amount that it's just like the the high-vis jacket situation. If you tell someone, especially in America, I don't know why it shouldn't be
Let's
that
just
way,
go to
but-
America and make up different job roles.
Oh, but no, honestly, it's just like it just goes to show you how gullible he is. And he's like, he was like, "You made me look bad." No, I set you up to look bad. You made yourself look bad.
You,
No,
made
no,
the,
but-
you made the humour for us. Like,
It's like even when he says you say the N word really loudly and without any hesitation, and he says, "No, not that word."
so good.
No, it's just like, yeah.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
I wonder what's next. He's going to hit America again. It's too much of a target now. Like,
Yeah.
gotta
Yeah.
do it.
There's
Things-
too
things
much
keep
easy
happening.
content
Yeah.
to be made.
It's literally just like it is, and no one else is doing it.
Well, the fact
He'll
that-
probably do
for that-
Zuckerberg.
the
I
fact
think
that
he's
Who
going to
is
go after
America-
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
That would be smart. We've never really seen something besides Who is America sort of personal.
No.
He's clearly he's very anti.
Defamation.
Yeah.
Well, he has to anti-defamation league. He like he's right. That whole social media just is
data
all profit.
protection, social
I
media.
there's even a great jab at Facebook on this.
Which bit?
Oh,
The,
with the
Holocaust.
Holocaust now.
yeah,
Oh,
like just
yeah.
like this is the best book. Everything on there is true.
That's so good.
Well,
That was
it is,
actually
isn't it?
mad, like the whole fake news as well. It's just like, I just found out, it's like, if I question something as a lie, everything's a lie.
He goes, "I can't believe our greatest achievement in Kazakhstan never happened."
Oh my god.
And he goes, "So I wanted to commit suicide but could not buy a gun. So I went to near the synagogue to wait for mass shooting."
It's so it was, but none of it is offensive in that situation because
No.
none of it is at someone else's expense. It's like, the joke's coming. It's like at the start when they were doing the VTs and it was like, and it's our national day of celebration for the and then it shows like
Phone
the glorious soldiers, and it's just a phone party, just people having
But that's the thing though, it's like what he said at the anti-defamation thing. He said that the good thing why Ali G and even Borat worked back in like 2000 was the fact that everybody was in on truths, objective truths. Like, obviously the oldest Jews are bad. Like that, everybody knows that's not true, so that's why it's funny.
Yeah.
Or provocative
Yeah.
when we see that displayed and how it's displayed. Or Ali G saying to Buzz Aldrin, what was it like to, land on the sun?
Yeah.
Like, so now, the problem is now, it's just like, there's people, like, we live in a day where people would, like, if the Blitz was to happen again, a London bombing, like the Blitz, because of how people are now, because of how stubborn the internet has made them, they would not listen.
I mean, there are people who don't think Australia exists.
Yeah, that sums it up completely.
Yeah, like
they don't,
although
the
Earth is
flat
flat,
Earth and
it's
stuff like
just-
that.
Yeah.
And it is, you're so right. Back in 2006, it was just sort of like
Everybody's in on the
yeah,
joke.
everyone knows. Like it's like when they go to that family, they stay over at the night, and it's like the Jewish families. That,
that
and
whole
they lock
thing.
themselves in the bedroom. And it's only funny because you're like,
In on the
how
joke.
absurd. Like you're like, oh my god, and they're so unaware in the moment they play it so
Yeah.
well. But now
Because you're in on the joke.
The synagogue joke, and then the Holocaust survivor.
But I think they hit that.
Yeah.
Didn't they hit that so well? That is
They
talking
did.
about
Massively, yeah.
They sort of like because it was funny in the original, and now he almost had to put this bit in to be like,
To address it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not funny because
Well,
now
I mean-
you think it's real, and
Mm.
Yeah, it's
he still makes it with like the Holocaust. You
In
saw
a
with your own
syna-
eyes.
in a synagogue.
Yes.
Oh, it
Dressed
happened.
as like a full racial stereotype, and
I think he's definitely going on the basis that, like, he's allowed to get away with
he
this.
plays the fool because
Massively.
he's not like, yay, the Holocaust
No,
exists.
He's Jewish, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I mean, that's what he's
insulted,
doing.
if he'd
Exactly.
insulted those women, then there would be no sympathy for him.
yeah.
And well, there would be, from the wrong people. But like,
Just spit your acid on me and be done with it.
yeah. But if he'd gone in there and he'd
Deliberate
just
action.
gone like,
Just goes for a kiss. It was just like, oh, it's so good.
it's so awkward as well, isn't it?
But it's good because we look at Borat in this situation. Well, you'd hope. I know I can't. You can't speak for everyone now. Like, but you go in there looking at it, and you're like, oh my. With like the whole acid thing, we're like, they can't
What an
spit acid.
idiot.
It's like so. And even then, when he's like smiling because he's like realised the Holocaust is real, you know it. You're like, that's Borat.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
I think it's definitely changing him as a character too.
Yeah.
Like, the whole film was actually changing his worldview.
Yeah, it was a good, very positive progression.
Massively, yeah.
Sort of, in many ways. In a lot, like 70% of the things. Because he's now realised the Holocaust was real and still probably
Yeah.
believes it was a good thing. But
He's a feminist
he's
now.
a feminist now. He hates
Yeah.
America instead of the Jews.
Mm.
He hates, you know.
Oh no, Fauci's got the
No,
Fauci.
but after he
Karen
does,
with her
Karen.
M60.
Oh,
after he
she's been
does,
to Walmart.
after he's been to the synagogue, I walked through town and there was nobody around.
It was like the best just introduction to what seemed to just be like act 3. It was straight away like, or even slightly just, I don't know. It was like the midway point, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
It was, yeah.
And everything was good. It's so clever.
And now this was the bit where I think,
See, what
if
good
it's
was
true
Gunstar?
that he stayed in character for as long as he did,
That's mad.
it is mad.
I don't think it's mad. I think it's.
Genius.
I think it's.
It's mad in a
it's
good
for
way.
the.
Ballsy.
It's for the role.
If they don't recognise Borat,
There it is.
the idea
and they
that,
deserve it.
but the idea that a reporter from another country and his very small camera crew don't have anywhere to stay, to quite gullible people who are quite happy to have anyone listen to what they're saying,
Yeah.
Happy to be
sort
filmed
of makes
all that
sense.
time,
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, but even what's brilliant about this though is that they believe QAnon
Yeah.
and they believe COVID's a liberal hoax. Literally every anti-left wing
Yeah,
sort
yeah,
of thing.
exactly. You
Deep
know,
they
state
believe.
Democrats worse than the
assassination.
virus.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Clintons
They be-
were evil.
Yeah, they believe all of that, yet they
Mm.
cannot see that. So, and here's the thing: Borat is an iconic character.
Yeah.
Like this isn't like a new thing. This isn't
No.
Simon Brodkin
No.
doing the Sepp Blatter thing.
He's part of the cultural zeitgeist now.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, most of the ones that do these are like chameleons. Like, they look different for everything, so you can't tell it's them. Borat is Borat. It's
Borat's
iconography.
Yeah.
You see the grey suit, and you're like, from behind, and you'd be like, it's
Here's the
Borat.
thing: he made iconic fashion. He made an iconic fashion wear.
Yeah,
The mankini.
the maskini.
Oh, later scene in Romeo and Juliet, of
Oh
course.
my
the,
gosh, yeah.
the cinematic masterpiece.
No,
Yeah.
fuck
Is that
sake.
part of the same universe as
Yes.
It's gotta be.
Borat subsequent movies?
It's-
Romeo and
Borat's
Juliet.
Garden.
Romeo
Yeah.
and Juliet is the equivalent. Like that is like having like a microwave shoved in your brain. like, and just reaping the radiation that seeps out.
I watched Romeo and Juliet for one purpose recently. I moved to Stratford a while back where it's set.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not going to watch all of the... I like skipped through and like was watching, you can see the little bit in the bottom like move, like where the picture is. And I was like, anytime it shows a location, I'm going to see if it's real. And exactly what you said is so true. It's literally like shoving all of your fingers in plug sockets.
Yeah.
As soon as they leave the house, it's like, it's London.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like there's red buses and I'm like, this isn't where I live. Like they get like one, like two things. There's like a fountain and then like one of the buildings and they're like, England.
It's because it's such a generic England. Like if they were to like film a TV show that was set in Hereford, guaranteed it would not look like Hereford.
Oh God, no. Marvel's Agent of Shield, right? They had a scene. They had a shot, and it was probably in one of the valleys. For, so Herefordshire, maybe Wales, maybe Malvern kind of area.
Right.
And it was like Herefordshire, shore base, and they land. It's like dusty, sandy ground, and it's like. That's not Herefordshire.
The desert, the savannah of...
Yeah.
It's
So
like
it's
how
just-
in movies and TV, like you get like Mexico and they put like an orange tint.
Honestly, they're like, yes, the Mexican orange tint.
Breaking Bad,
Smells like Mexico. It's so bad, they literally just put like a filter on it and they're like, yeah, that looks brilliant.
Extraction.
Nighttime in Mexico is still orange. It's just like, it looks like a night vision camera, it's that awful.
Yeah, and everybody's always sweating, like that
Yeah.
greasy, horrible
You
sweat.
hear, like the cricket, like the in the background, oh man.
Yeah, and you meet somebody with gold teeth.
That's it.
There's like a
Yeah.
TV playing some Hispanic like soap opera in the background. There's just so
And
many.
there's loads of screaming.
There's like
And there's loads of screaming upstairs and a dog barking.
and a dog barking and one running down like a dusty path.
They're just sat downstairs with their beers.
No doors. All of the
No.
doors are those like jangly like.
They just
Yeah.
walk. People just walk in.
people just walking in and out. And it's
Yeah,
just jangly like reeds that you
That
move.
sounds a little bit racist. Just a little.
We're talking about a place and like
No,
setting.
Extraction, the film,
What?
the filter thing.
Well, Extraction was set in Dakar.
Yeah.
I don't say Extraction.
But any non-American film, any film set in America that isn't a Western
Yeah.
developed country is always seen as a shit. I shouldn't really say that.
Yeah,
but it's always
that's how
always seen in a bad light.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, it's like an American sort of strong. It's like very subtle propaganda, isn't it?
Massively.
It's like, well,
Yeah.
you don't want to be here because America's got white picket fences everywhere.
It's the ideology.
Like, does it? Does it?
I mean, this is kind of the opposite, which is
Does anybody remember 2 years ago? 2 years ago, September, like 2 years ago? Was it
No,
3 years ago?
I don't remember anything.
Do you remember the sand in the sky?
Oh yeah,
I mean, it looked like it was like the bloody end of the,
the
world.
end times. Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember? It was at, what was that, 6
Mexico.
Yeah.
Every day.
It would have looked like what
yeah,
we'd say.
Hollywood's Mexico. Yeah.
Or,
the sand.
I don't know. It's strange. It can't be really be a racist thing though because race is a race, like being racist is against a race. It's really just like
countries.
it's just how like depicts other
it's
countries.
America
to make you
first,
think.
basically, isn't
Yeah.
it? There's like it's
America first.
that's exactly what it is.
Britain first. It's just,
It like generalises. Well, yeah, there probably is. If we look at, there's not many British
Yeah, but
things
not-
set in other countries. That's like
No, most
we
British
don't have that
films.
market.
we
Yeah.
we just create a shitty place in Britain.
We just get I Daniel
Yeah.
Blake,
Mm.
which is like it's like here's an underfunded food bank, and you're like,
Any Ken Loach film.
can you put an orange filter on it? And they're like, nope. And they're like,
No, it's just this
"Not
horrible white
bad enough.
Oh,
filter.
right. Grey.
Grey.
Any American film set in London, it's all just Westminster.
And they always get like
Yeah.
bad accents. Like,
Oh,
they always
bad
say,
accents.
Oh yeah.
Hello, chaps.
You can tell they're American as well.
"Oh, hello!
Yeah. Oh god.
How are you, my fellow Americans? Would you like a cup of tea?
My fellow Americans.
I'm from East London. You're like, are you sure?
I'm
And
from
you-
East London, matey.
Yeah.
Would you want
Chimchurri.
Do you want a cab journey to Heathrow Airport? I'll be driving on the M25.
Oh. Yes, the one past the London Eye and Big Ben, and they've gone in a circle because now they're at Buckingham Palace.
No, no,
Oh, yes.
matey, no, matey. I didn't know Princess Diana.
Oh, weird. I know the Queen though. Yes. Oh, I hate it. It's It's a very. It's not accurate, and I don't know. I feel like it's tough because films like Borat do just break all of that. They're
Yeah, they
like,
just say,
massively.
"Here it is."
here it is.
Yeah.
We're in a log cabin during a crisis. Here we are. This is it. This is the people, and that's
I need
what's
to
amazing.
kill virus.
Yeah. I can see it. Bonk. With the,
How would you live
wherever it
how-
is, just
Yeah.
and then hit.
I think we got it.
But I think the scary thing about those two guys, even though they're rednecks and like they've probably always been brought up by that horror, they don't look inherently bad.
No. No.
I think that's also like a bit horrible thing that this film shows that people.
What do you mean? To have someone look stereotypically bad.
No.
In
I mean,
America, like that kind of
no.
seems to go away.
I think because I think they're already brought up in a Republican town with that. In it, not only that, just look how they're spouting like say like there's a conspiracy. It's like the episode of The Boys. Did you watch
Yes.
Boys?
Yeah.
The 7th episode. That guy is not inherently bad, is he?
No.
He does a horrific thing, but he's not inherently bad. I think that's what actually makes it worse. How much power?
That's scary, isn't it? 'Cause the
Internet
people
has.
like if we walked into this and they were like some Louis Theroux documentary neo-Nazis, and you'd instantly be like, oh god. But because
Because
they
it's
don't, they
horror.
look sort of harmless, and then they spout this stuff that they don't know about.
Yeah, that's it. They're speaking from such a point of uneducation, uneducated stance. It actually just feels like you're just a mouthpiece, and yet you call other people brainwashed.
Yeah, that's so true.
And the thing is, it's
The ones who
turning it all on Borat.
Yeah.
Really, like it's really a turning of the tables.
He does it so well because he plays the fool in every scene, and it makes, as we were saying, it makes them look so much more stupid.
Yeah.
When they try and dumb it down, and when they try to dumb it down for Borat, it just exposes them
Massively.
as saying what they mean instead of like, you know how if we were having a conversation with some of those persons, they could probably drop something subtly and you'd be like, oh, that's a dodgy thing to say.
Yeah.
But because they mansplain, as he said at the end, it's like that to Borat. It's like American explaining of something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
About the Clintons eating.
These
Yeah,
are
literally.
their Clintons.
Oh.
They are bad.
Literally, and it's just like, oh right, brilliant. Now there's no subtlety. Wow, cheers, like, congrats. But it's just he made lightning hit
cheers,
like
lads.
strike twice, didn't he?
Yeah, the one thing I just realised, right? The news about him performing the songs, you know, towards the end.
Yeah.
That came out like I don't know, 2 months ago, was it?
I had
Something
no
like that.
idea.
It was out there because it was like, oh, someone, you know, we think it was him, and obviously it was him, yeah. But like, they didn't touch on any of the like Black Lives Matter stuff.
No.
And the thing is, that is like
but had it happened,
smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
by the end
yes.
of it, it was done. Yeah, at least. Well,
But
true. No, there's
it's
it's
I
smart for
think-
2 years or so.
They could have touched on it.
I think he's saving it.
I think
Yeah.
he knows.
He's
I
not
think
the right one to do it.
he's not the right one to do it. And I don't feel like he can do the Holocaust stuff. He can do and I feel like even if he was to do it, I think he does have a stance that I think we could all probably agree that he will take.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also think, but then again, it doesn't. Yeah, I think it is a difficult one, and at the moment when that was being filmed, it was probably a bit more like how do we approach this?
Exactly.
If he's going to do it, he can't go as the I don't know what they call them like, but he can't be the one who it's like, finally I'm talking about it now. It means something.
No, it needs to be.
I think he should go in from an angle of lowering defences of the people in the wrong.
Yeah.
And like with the First Amendment thing and like
Yeah.
Second Amendment, it's like
Yeah.
go as if you're supporting
Borat's
them.
not the character.
No, Borat can't be the victim. Like
I
you
think
know,
it
Sacha Baron
should
Cohen
be as
can't play
part
the
of
victim here.
perhaps Who is America.
Yeah,
that's
it would be
what
a
I'm
brilliant Who is America thing.
Yeah.
definitely.
It would be absolutely brilliant, but Borat's just really not the character because even though Borat's a character and he is exposed and he's been funny, I don't think you need someone like the Iranian one or even the one who did the whole mosque thing. You need somebody like that. And he will do it, and I think he will do it amazingly.
He would be really good. He needs to infiltrate the politics. If he uses that character like the one talking about the mosque and manages to get people to listen to him
Yeah.
and the stuff, to notice if they even are fazed by the stuff he says, and if he throws it in with like, to make America how you remember it, whilst spouting all the propaganda and stuff,
Yeah.
like, he could... Who is America? It needs to be his next project again. He needs to do some more.
I think season 2.
Yeah.
I think honestly, there's probably too much he has seen on this one.
Yeah.
He's probably like Borat. Just because he does Borat doesn't mean everything is a Borat
Alright,
No.
topic.
What if, right?
That's
COVID is
like the end
Yeah.
of the Borat with like the government official. He wasn't Borat in that moment. You know, all he was the cameraman until
Yeah.
he changed like the costume and then like. But he just worked it so well. He got her in there.
Yeah, I
And she
think
wasn't even like Kazakhstan daughter for that bit, was she? She
No.
was just
No,
sort of,
she was the reporter.
yeah, European.
it's sort of
yeah.
deviating. It's. I think also, it might actually. Has he put to bed the character?
I think
No,
this is
no,
the end
no.
of Borat's journey.
What if, right? Because he
It makes
shot
sense.
a lot of stuff for this movie, I think.
Yeah.
What if for Who Is America season 2, Borat is one of the characters?
See, it's a risker, but he
But
tackled such a prevalent thing about Borat now in this film, as in people do recognise Borat a lot more.
And it's going to be a problem, and especially now, this being on
And
Amazon.
people will be ready after this. Yeah, exactly. This is probably going to get a lot more exposure now. And people will go and watch the original and the series, and they'll know to be vigilant of a Borat, because this man was literally pictured at White Houses shaking hands with Trump, a mate
Yeah.
of Trump, and they caught almost incriminating. Like,
Exactly.
I can't believe they got that scene at the end.
No.
I
No.
can't-
I will talk about that. We've got. I think
Yeah.
we've got one more thing. So he does the song. So
Yeah.
he goes there, but we talked about the QAnon how
he does a song again.
he does a
Yeah,
song.
he does a-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a musical.
Yeah.
It's Borat the musical.
Best original song. Sorry, Travis.
He literally is going to win. Oh my god. The
But
Oscar.
no. But so then it comes to the final one, the penultimate scene
Mm.
sequence, and oh my god,
Oh,
he wasn't tucking his shirt in.
No, he wasn't.
definitely not.
Are you sure, James? Because earlier you were very set on it. He was taking a shirt in.
No.
I think we can say.
Was he great?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
It's,
didn't
it's
say
just
that.
like. Cause, you know, he just doesn't.
Should we get it
work.
up on the VAR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Should
let's
we
just talk
check?
box.
Before we started recording. should we
Dub
just check?
given. Dub check. Yeah,
Do
Borat.
you usually lie down to tuck your shirt in?
No, see
Or
that's.
do you usually have
you
your
touch-
hand in
you
one
stand
area?
up.
Touched her back when she's like moving something,
Yeah.
and then he sits on the bed,
Lower back.
and then
She-
she's lowering.
Yeah. She touched his leg twice during the interview.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
she dropped the hints for him, and he bit like the bait so quick. But it wasn't even that. He started like she didn't urge anything out of him. He started like you're gonna do great, sweetie, and it was touchy, wasn't it? He was like, didn't he put his hands out like this
Yeah,
first?
he
and
did.
shit? I was instantly straight away. I was like, this man's slimy as they come. Like this is not good. And then, I mean, allegedly,
it's on
it
camera.
looked like
Something happened.
yeah,
He put
was
his hands down his pants.
yeah. He undid his trousers, and he said, that, "Why do you undo your trousers?
His hand was.
You don't
doing
undo your
it,
trousers to tuck your shirt in.
No.
And you don't
No.
lie on
And
the
you
bed
would,
to tuck
you,
your
would, like,
shirt
you
in.
would stand up.
Yeah, and you'd stand if he
He's
was
no
stood
spring
up.
chicken either.
If
It's
he
not
was
like
stood
you
up, if he stood up, turned around, looked in the corner, undid his button, tucked it in to make
Yeah.
sure.
I
Fair
think
enough.
it's taken off a mic pack would be on your belt.
She does it. She touches.
Yeah, she gets
under
him,
his jacket.
That's what she's doing, and then he like
And then
lies
he
down,
lies back.
and it's like no, that's.
Put your haram away, and he comes running in.
Yeah.
She's
Oh.
too old for
She's-
you.
Take me. She's too old. I've been in prison and I can do techniques with my mouth that I only learned. And what is he wearing? And then you can see him like. He goes so nervous, doesn't he? He's standing up and he's all like.
So how do they get in
Yeah,
here?
security like he's like.
I want to know how old that scene is.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what
Because
started this whole thing.
it's weird how within the last few days it all came out, and I assume that was because the film was obviously given to press, and some press could not believe it. They leaked. They just said
Yeah,
about
because
it.
press just don't like to wait, do they? Sometimes.
I know. I think it was seen like that when
They
it's
almost
incriminating.
can't when it's literally something
No.
like that.
Something
Incriminating.
like that. There is. I don't think there's an embargo.
It's not a. Oh. It's
No.
not one of those bits where you're like, oh, you
Yeah.
probably should have saved that 3 pounds.
Probably should say.
No, it's a bit.
No,
like,
it's
spoiled it. I didn't see that moment coming.
That's mad though, isn't it? It's actually mad. I thought they'd just get him to say something stupid like
Oh,
he
yeah.
did with like Who Is America, or like do something
Yeah.
that you like
No.
take a picture
They went
with a
one
green
step
screen
further.
of something.
Yeah.
they literally got like Me Too movement,
Well-
everything summed up into one little abuse of power, Trump's boys club, everything, taking advantage of like. You know, just any. Oh, it was awful.
Yeah, the whole film is all about like the feminist kind of thing.
And I think, but they weirdly tackled it really well.
They did.
With Borat being the idiot again, and it's like you look at it as
But the humble idiot.
the humble idiot.
Yes.
Yeah, like he comes on a
The
progression, he
reformed
learns. Yeah, but like in the scenes where it's him tackling, like in the series, it used to be like he'd ask like, "And where's the man of the house?" and stuff like this, and you'd be like, "How is he? How?" But he didn't. When he did that, that was at the start of the film, and when he first meets like the
And it's the
feminists.
thing, you do care about those two.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you care about them, and usually something that would like, oh, the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, it's usually shit. Usually,
It's just like, oh, I
It's
don't
usually
care,
like- it's
but
a-
you
yeah.
do care about the
it's a
episode.
mini me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
she's so like.
Blues Brothers
And she's not a
2000,
mini me. I
example.
also think she's not a mini me.
No, because
No.
she divert like I didn't think they'd do it that fast. Where she has that like rom-com break off from him,
Yeah.
and it goes to that women's thing, and like
Oh,
that
that's-
bit was. Oh, I mean,
I want to say this, but Dom won't edit it out.
What, the fact that she says the word cunt? Is that-
I put my finger
yes.
in like.
And all of the women. Did you hear right at the end of the scene? Someone call her an Uber.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
What?
Get her out of here, like.
Thank you for thank you for coming into. It's like, someone get her an Uber. It's like, oh my god. That little
That
book was
one
such a
woman
clever
just
like.
like starts clapping like we just shut her up.
Mm.
Oh
She-
yeah,
is she
well
the same
done.
one with the Uber? I'm pretty sure.
I think it might
Yeah.
be.
You're doing
Might be,
great,
yeah.
sweetie, and then it's just like.
Yeah, no,
Get out.
she's saying the wrong things.
And then we get the end of the film.
Where it's whole like Christopher Nolan.
Like this is honestly.
It's a better twist than Tenet. I would agree with that.
It's a great.
But Tenet
twist.
didn't have a twist, did it?
That's the point. It sort of didn't.
Neil.
No, that's what I mean.
That yeah. It was,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like a long. The whole thing was a twist. So is there a twist?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, but no, like this honestly is like one of the most self-referential twists.
I
Like,
was just laughing the whole
like
time.
I mean, like what other twists could be close to this?
No.
Yeah.
Primal fear.
He didn't. Yeah, like the Sixth Sense. Like,
Yeah.
There was no indication where you'd think like, oh, that's dropped in there because there's going to be a twist.
Yeah.
And I do think a good twist is one that makes sense. Oh my god, of course.
Yeah.
Like, of course. Like, Primal Fear.
Yeah.
Or, oh, I mean, what are the famous twists? Sixth Sense. Or anything from Inside Number 9.
Yeah. Oh wow.
But,
It's a twist that you don't see coming,
but makes
Okay,
sense.
Makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
and then they show the scene of like the scenes of him going around and
Yeah.
coughing on
He
stuff.
goes to Sydney and coughs on Tom Hanks, for example.
That was
Yeah.
the funniest bit.
Yeah.
How they managed. And do you remember those videos? My family are okay. We're all gonna stay on. And it's like Tom Hanks in the side. He's just there like, Mr. Forrest Gump. It's so clever. They got away with so much in that. Tom Hanks is just so happy to be
No,
there.
because it's funny how they got Tom Hanks. Because notice with all this, when Tom Hanks got it, that's when everybody started to take
Oh,
it
yeah.
seriously.
Definitely. Not Tom Hanks. But yeah, he's just on the food markets in
I
a
love how
certain,
the
certain
boat-
province of a certain country.
And the boat on the map, it goes in the exact direction that
So,
it's spread.
how did we not know? When it literally, why does it go to that exact port
It
in China? And you're like, oh,
He went to the UK as well. And I kind of thought like
yeah.
what?
It touched a weird part of the UK. It was like
It was like
to the right of
it was-
Portsmouth.
yeah, it was like usually where they'd show if they're like going to London or
I was gonna say it's like that's
Yeah.
not a port
No.
area. That's like
So it was just like did it,
Mm.
and it goes because it went to I think it went like Spain-ish.
Yeah.
and then it goes up to UK, and it's
they
like
went all the way.
it's like why would it make those stops?
But it makes so much sense, and you don't
Yeah,
go, oh.
That's the direction.
A good twist is one that was set up earlier. The Vulture in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Primal Fear, Sixth Sense. Any other famous twists that we can rattle off right now?
Anything by M Night? Literally any like.
Yeah.
It's the wind.
No.
no.
The best twist
definitely
there
not.
is.
Taking the center of science.
The town? Was it called the town?
The
Village.
town.
Village, yeah.
But that wasn't even like
The
hinted
village
at.
people.
That's like, yeah, there's somewhere it's just like ba bang. But that was one of them though. If we talk about like the village for like literally the split second, it's like Borat does a more efficient twist because you go everything makes sense.
Yeah.
You see the village and you're like, oh, that's a cool concept that they're actually existing in, but nothing before.
Yeah.
They didn't have any. It's like a load of M Night's twists are just bang at the end, and you're like, wow. Except the Sixth Sense, and you're just like, wow. This is where the story goes afterwards, but it doesn't because it's the end of the film. You're like, ah, that's so cool. But then
Yeah.
you turn to like the corridor, and the president of their country's just in a lit like shadow, and he's just it's so, and it's like, you'll tell me what you've done. I love them just squeezing a bat into a jar, like it's just, come
Gypsy's
on.
tears.
Didn't hear that. That's such a good little reference back to the first one again.
No, but like,
I mean, they had to get revenge. For the first film, they had to get revenge.
and yeah, it's a perfect revenge too, and it's just like, it sort of makes me think it has to be the end of Borat.
Yeah, the country's reformed in a way.
Oh, isn't it? 93% fatalities.
That was the funny.
Yeah.
Went
Down
probing
to
his butt and then like wipes it on his sleeve and puts it in the next guy's mouth. I was like, oh my god! Just literally just goes. It's so good.
Once again, Harry with the
Harry with the visuals.
I saw you've done one of those every
I'm
single.
gonna have to do like Foley
in-person
work for that in like the editing process. Just go into a room and just be like,
On a green screen.
Oh,
Get some
yeah,
props.
literally listening to the reference point. I'm just like, so that's what a thermometer up someone's bum sounds like. So how am I gonna recreate that? Can anyone do that like cheek like water drop thing? Yeah, that's exactly
That
it.
probably didn't register on the mic.
Oh,
but,
I
you know,
hope. Oh,
You had to be there.
And there's
ASMR, just get real close.
there's a little gag that will go missed, but we all noticed it. So I don't know if it's a little
They
gag.
don't sell child brides anymore. They sell child grooms.
and these sell them.
And all of them were sent to a certain
Kevin
actor.
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey, to be specific. A certain American Beauty.
I mean, there's a few lines I think from.
Did he take? Did he have actually? Did he have 7 groom boys?
Oh my god, if he did, that'd be very, very.
I'm
Smart.
getting out.
Google.
See,
I love how they were dressed in their like wedding outfits.
Top hats and everything.
You
Yeah,
keep talking.
literally.
I'll find.
Yeah. What were you gonna say though?
I feel like on multiple viewings, there's going to be lines in this film that are just clearly there, to put, like for appeals. Because when they introduce, the father and daughter to the ball, they say she's at this university, focusing on like
That was so
VCR repair.
VCR
It's like
cage maintenance.
Cage maintenance.
Yeah, but it's like because you're focused on what's happening, you're not really listening to some like bloke introducing them.
I do. I'm getting it up. I really do think he had 7 groom boys.
That is funny.
I mean,
I wouldn't put it past them to be fair. Oh,
Yeah,
man,
God, I love
we're not
Wow,
sponsored.
wow,
Be careful.
Will. At the end, when he notices it all, that's such a good line.
Drops the glass, slow motion.
Literally,
shot.
with this, that's why I thought it was the penny drops. It was so brilliant. It was
It became a lot more like film-like then, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
It was like the drop, and it's like, oh my god, we got to rush out and like confront him.
It reminded me of Adam Sandler's Zohan. You seen Never Mess with the Zohan?
Did you know that Sacha Baron Cohen wanted to buy that film
That's a
so he
good
could be
gag.
in it?
How they got Kazakhstan to infiltrate elections.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Speaking
What's the name of the account? Is that a gag as well?
No, it is speaking as a black man. I
Yeah, I
love
was
Trump.
going to say,
Yeah.
I love Trump. And it's literally just like a Kazakhstan woman, just like on a computer.
Because it's true, a lot of those are.
Oh, no, it's a little girl.
So we have the yeah, it was. We have the internet now, so we can
steal passwords.
steal passwords and
from
what was it?
Uzbekistan.
Literally, that was the funniest. It's like, with my hotspot, we managed to get the and we can interfere in elections. It's so
You know,
funny.
I'd be very happy if a one phone hotspot could run an entire country like that.
Would there be like 2 phones in the country, so it's one
Yeah,
hotspot
yeah.
is the way they managed to nick Uzbekistan's Wi-Fi password? It's so dumb. Oh, that was
I
actually
mean,
so
the
funny.
only reason we need another Borat is to find out what the password was.
I feel like Borat 3,
I feel
this
it'd
time
fo-
it's personal.
You'd focus on the daughter, I think.
I don't think they'll make one.
No,
This
but if
time
they
it's very
do,
nice.
if they do, it will be the daughter, and he'll be
Or
very
Heart
like,
Racer.
yeah,
Her story's done though.
it is, but obviously you could do the same kind of she's coming, like,
Yeah.
but obviously
Yeah.
But
he
you
would have
need
to
as
be a
much.
minor.
Yeah, you'd need as much more of a mother load
Yeah.
in terms of events and things, though.
Yeah,
I think it's time for it. Bruno is a bit like meh. I don't. Bruno's not as controversial.
Maybe the dictator.
The dictator. Oh my god.
that was that's just a film.
They need
isn't it? So
another
it's-
character. Yeah, but his character was good
Yeah.
when they did interviews about the film. But there needs to be a sort of character that he does now, like Borat. that needs to blend in. The dictator would not blend in
No,
like a sort of.
He needs another character. He's got to go way more subtle. But here's the thing: that's better challenge for him.
Yeah,
But
he would
here's the
go
thing.
more.
Less of a caricature.
Yeah.
Yes, he'd have to like crack an American accent perfectly.
Well-
I think he should infiltrate the.
He did. The one who's trying to get the mosque going. I mean, that's the closest he's got.
Yeah.
But even then, he's a bit hippie, a bit new wave, a bit like with the
He-
ponytail and everything.
That's funny. Though. He looked like Larry David and like.
Okay, so there's six.
There's probably.
There's 6 kids.
I mean, it's.
They missed a gag with 7.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah,
there's
then they
what's it
show
say
us
on the
Kevin
form?
Spacey.
Hollywood.
Hollywood, California, USA.
West End, eh? United States and
Yeah,
America.
they got 6 kids.
Like
Yeah.
six
They missed-
order
they
of
missed-
6 grooms for
Yeah,
Kevin
6
Spacey.
rooms, yeah.
Oh my god.
Mm.
I mean,
They missed a trip with 7 though.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. That would have been good.
Mm.
it is also, it's about feminism, but it's also about like, kind
It's
of
about
like,
family.
It's a, no, it's not. That's like,
Fast and Furious story.
that's not good for what I was about to say. It's
Yeah,
about
it's
like pedos and stuff.
Oh.
Like, if you think about it,
Sure.
It's
yeah.
about exploitive people.
Yeah, like using
but
power.
if you look at some
for
of the
the-
people,
Yeah, like
that they've
the
done.
medical. Yeah, but it's like they had that joke, like setting was 15 meant that they could literally ask anyone in any of the men in the setting, just like, "Would you be with my daughter?" And instantly you're like, it's like you nonce yes or no,
Yeah.
and if they say yes, it's like, well, there's a gag for it. You've made it,
Yeah.
you baited it.
Mm.
Like it's so dumb.
It is actually a Me Too film. We actually
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
like
a,
in the abortion clinic.
yeah.
bigger than Bombshell.
It's a weirdly there's just so many positive messages from this film. I don't think you could accuse with the first one. You could accuse it of like, I mean, it was accused for a lot of different things. I don't really think you can in this
I
one.
don't think this
No.
one would.
Well, I mean, you had the. I mean,
I just Borat's
the
redemption.
you had the
was-
frat boy. Is it no? Is it redemption? It's the frat boys of the first one,
Mm.
where they watched Pat Madeline
That
Manson's
was-
sex
oh
tape.
my God.
Oh. Goodbye, Boris.
No, that was so. Yeah, Boris. Yeah, when they're like cracking cans with him in the RV, and he's sitting there like, oh.
It'd been interesting. I would say, actually, it's not relevant.
Mm.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Like, this wasn't really a Borat film.
See, it was more
Because-
narrative.
Yeah, because of the fact that like he does use disguises, so it was closer to like Who Is America.
Maybe that was a thing that Amazon sort of made him.
Could have been.
But I don't know how. I don't know if did Amazon commission this. Because
Yeah,
I think
that's
you'd
what
know
I mean.
about.
We'd have
As
to
I
know.
feel like it's a thing that he sold off to Amazon.
I don't know if he sold it off though. I feel like he probably had this idea.
Didn't he make
And
Who Is
talks
America
them.
for Amazon as well?
That was
It might, no, that's
stars.
yeah, Stars.
Stars. Oh my god.
But I feel like
It was
he
on Channel
probably-
4 though.
He probably went to, you know, Amazon
After he had the idea.
after, yeah, because Amazon's like a powerhouse,
Yeah.
Massive.
and he hasn't got to deal with all these lawsuits if Amazon's the one behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because
Should we do some ratings?
sure,
Get the numbers in.
Yeah.
do some ratings. How many views do we get last episode?
No, well, I don't want to brag, but how many Borats out of Sagadiev?
Greg Toby.
Great that
I'd rate this very nice.
Ah,
Yeah, that's out of.
that is good.
Is that a number?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Very nice.
I was going to say
Sounds closer to 9, so we should get.
Yeah, the number that comes after it is, of course, high five.
I'm going to give it a good like cinque out of Kazakhstan.
Out of
Yeah.
Kazakhstan, not in Kazakhstan.
Not in, no,
No.
out of Kazakhstan.
Mm.
Like Borat.
Straight out of Kazakhstan.
Crazy fourth best reporter named Borat.
I'd rate it a 9 out of 10.
Well, 9 out of 10, that's good.
Hmm.
So what would you give it out of 5 then?
Well, that's just.
High 5!
I'll give it high 5, my friend.
I love that. That's so tough when it's, you know, when you like vote something out of 5, like rate out of 5 compared to 10. Like,
5
9
is
out of
harder.
10, what is a 9 out of 10's equivalent for?
4.5.
Do you think
4.5,
4.5?
yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like that's quite low. I feel like if it's a 9, I'd just give it 5 stars. It's so tough. And Dom, did you pick your
I think I'd say like 8.
8?
No.
It just, you know.
It says 8 out of 10.
I think I'd give it 8,
Mm.
as well, to be fair.
To translate.
Yeah, to translate.
To translate.
Cinque.
You know,
Cinque. You better end the podcast with Cinque. And just like
Cinque.
the wave at the camera.
Mm.
And then we do a Kazakhstan version of an 80s pop song. Finish?
I mean, what?
Which one?
Never gonna
All of
give
them.
you up.
All of
You're
literally
never gonna give
like
you
a Kids Bop album of
Africa.
Kazakhstan.
If they released that,
He needs to
I
do
could
that.
see that
That
being
would be
successful.
Oh, yeah.
really good.
I'd buy it.
But
Never
never
gonna
gonna-
up. I'm never gonna
I'm gonna let you down.
Not gonna run around.
We've actually done it, imagine. I was like, oh, in a passing comment, we've literally just finished with an 80s tune.
but alas,
Cinque!
next week on Halloween we'll be doing Halloween.
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 Which Halloween is that? Is that Halloween or Halloween?
Halloween.
Halloween.
Halloween one.
Well, no, but is it Halloween, Halloween or Halloween?
Yes.
No, it's Halloween.
No, is it Halloween or Halloween or Halloween? Which one is it?
The one with Michael Myers.
Yeah.
So which one is that? Halloween, Halloween or
It's-
Halloween?
It has Jamie Lee Curtis in it as
The
well.
horror one.
That is, so, yeah, the horror. So, okay, is that, what's it that then? Halloween or Halloween?
Oh,
It's
I
Halloween.
had to do it. No, but to be fair, if it's horror as well, it's got to be out of both of them.
Halloween. I think it's just.
You've got to take
Is it
equal,
that Halloween or the other
I
Halloween?
think you take equal parts. Because there's some bits
Equal
in
parts.
Halloween that are a lot different to
We'll
Halloween.
watch the first half of Halloween and watch the other half of Halloween.
But which first half of which Halloween?
Yeah.
Is it Halloween or Halloween?
Oh, it's a,
I say
it's
split
a
it
gamble.
4 ways and then mix mix
lottery.
the order.
Oh no, that's start with the end of
You
Halloween.
start at the end of
And
2018's
then-
Halloween,
Yeah.
and then the fourth part is the start of
Rob
Oh.
Zombies.
Rob Zombies.
Oh my
Then
God.
it goes start of John Carpenter, then it goes Rob Zombie, then it goes John Carpenter, and then it goes the 2018 version to finish off with. I'd hate that. You're like, Jamie Lee Curtis looks quite old. Oh, she had a rough night.
Boom. Age.
Well,
Comedy. Old. Oh man.
that'd be a very long film, wouldn't it?
Would it?
How old are these films? How long are those films?
77, I think.
I mean
78.
how long? Not.
I think.
I didn't mean
Yeah,
how
that's
old. I
okay.
meant how long. Are they 78 minutes?
I think you've
I
lost
think
your
they're-
mind.
I think they're 90 minutes.
You really want to know their
Yeah.
runtime right now? Is that the prime importance? Don wants the runtime. Give him the runtime, everyone.
I think it's about.
Probably 90 to 100 minutes.
I think it's.
Yeah.
We're getting close to probably the runtime. We're nearly at the runtime of Borat 2. So.
Mad.
Wow.
So
Do
it's
we
probably-
go to full runtime
No,
on my super?
no.
How long is the runtime?
It's like 1 hour 28, I think it is. Something like
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Cinque.
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 We're almost long as I'm almost as long as subsequent movie film.